Hamish and Andy.
My ex-housemate, Horgs, comes to this show with inventions on the proviso that you call up on 13 10 60 and invest with him, not against him. That's a quote.
That's a fair demand to make, I think, from Horgs.
Could be our last one for a month or so.
Yeah. Ando, this weekend you and I go to India for 2 weeks during our radio break.
Yeah.
But then by the time we get back, Horgs is in Sweden.
He joins us now. Horgs, you there? Oh, that's exciting.
Lovely.
Horgs, have I made that up? Where are you headed?
America.
America. Sorry.
Sweden of the Americas. Mexico's Sweden.
Yeah, good stuff.
Got to sell some books, guys.
You bet.
I thought America seemed more likely than Sweden.
Yeah. You've been to Sweden before, though, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You stack them high, watch them fly. What's the Swedish version of that?
Don't about the quality, have a look at the width.
Have a look at the width. So the Swedes like wide books, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't give away all the trade secrets, Horgs. Now,
that would make sense.
that.
I mean, the girl and the dragon tattoo, it's a very wide book.
Big wide book.
It's a Swedish book. It's selling very well.
Horgs, apart from obviously Horgs' wonderful book stretching device that would sell well in Sweden to our manufacturers of books, do you have an invention for us this week?
Yep.
Great, mate.
You obviously haven't done the opener for me.
Nah, sorry, we forgot.
Still working on that.
Still
getting getting the orchestra together.
Yeah.
So
sorry about that.
All right. Cool. We'll do it next time.
Yep.
But
so we want to give you a reason to come back, Horgs.
all right. Well, shoes have done well over the years.
Yeah. One of the most popular clothing items.
Okay, Horgs, can I just pause for a second?
I'm having a flashback.
Some 2.5 years ago, I think, when you started this segment.
Your very first Horgs invention. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, the Horgiana.
The Horgiana, which is a cross between the sensibleness of a leather shoe but the comfort of a Havaianas thong.
Now, you started that whole thing with shoes have done well over the years. Are we?
Please tell me we're not back at square one.
No, we've moved on.
What square are we at?
Well, they have, and the novelty aspects of the shoes have done well as well. Like they've brought out the Healy, which is like the kids' runner, which has got the little, and
the wheel in it.
Yep, put down the wheel, and then go, away they go.
Yep. Kind of rollerblade shoes.
Yep. So what I've invented is the inflatable shoe.
Yep.
Right. So you can go and walk on water.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just easily walks on water because you've got the issues. If you go running, for example, a lot of the
can't run on water.
Really good running tracks are right near a lake or a river or something.
Yeah.
The tracks are full. The running tracks are chock-a-block.
Yeah.
Rivers, no one's on them.
No, they're not Horgs.
No,
they're not.
I thought for a
Horgs.
second you were going to say running tracks are long around lakes and you get puffed
Cut
up.
across.
So you wanted to
Take
cut
your
across.
inflatable shoe on. Now,
Do that as well, yeah.
Horgs, if I could voice something that I think a lot of listeners would be thinking right now, which is just basic buoyancy. Are these a normal-sized shoe?
No, they're a bit bigger than standard.
Yep. So
just
do you press a button, and how does the inflatable system work?
Well, the old school Nike pumps.
Yeah.
The Reebok pumps.
The
Yeah.
Reebok, yeah.
Yeah, similar to that. You got a bigger pump though, and
Got a bike
so you
pump.
pump. So you got to pump that up, and it's kind of in between the normal shoe and the snow shoe, which is pretty much like a tennis racket under the shoe, like that.
Oh,
kind of size.
Okay, old school.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's interesting, Horgs. I mean, because just for the pure physics of it, to have enough air in there to sustain the weight of a human being on top of it without sinking, they're going to need to be
Pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's two of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
that's
But if
a
you just look at a basic Lilo, that's probably just enough air to keep a human being afloat.
So you float, you absolutely, but when you're moving,
Yeah, you do need less. You're right.
you need, because so that should be fine.
In a nutshell, what is the invention?
They're inflatable shoes.
Yep.
So I forgot to say the name of the shoe, actually.
All right, go for it.
They're God shoes.
Okay. Named after the father of the guy that walked on water.
I didn't God walk on water.
No, well, he probably
God
can.
rarely visited Earth.
He sent angels and Jesus.
Legend has it was his son.
Yeah.
But like father, like son, I mean, he probably did it. Just he obviously the Earth wasn't around, according to him.
Jesus did it under the father-son rule.
I mean, but Jesus learned it from somewhere, Hogg, so you're probably spot on.
So
Do you want to change the name of the shoes?
maybe we should call them Jesus shoes.
Okay.
He's got sandals already. I mean, these are the more sci-fi version.
Quickly, Horgs, what do they do?
So they're a bit bigger than the standard shoe, and there's a pump, so you pump up the shoe whenever you need to cross a river or a lake, or if you want to even go for a run on the lake, that's fine. And you can't stand in the one spot for more than 3 seconds because you will sink.
Yeah.
You have to keep moving at all times, and you won't sink.
Why, Hoggs, do you think that the pace will stop you from sinking?
I don't know what it is, but it's more like, boats.
Yeah.
When they're going along, they kind of get higher in the water the faster they go. And
They
also,
do.
when you running up to a pool, you can kind of just do 2 or 3 steps without sinking.
That's your
I think that's
horizontal momentum and your velocity.
But that's all right. But
Hoggs, I'm sorry. I think with boats, though, that they float because of their boatiness, their buoyancy.
Yeah.
But, they do rise out of the water. That is true. But, I mean, I was just sort of saying, but under this thing of sort of fast things can go on water, couldn't you just drive a Formula One car across the water?
Well, I suppose it's the skimming aspect that he's looking at there. Brad's got a question on 131060. What do you think of this, Brad?
I think the Jesus shoes are a great idea. I mean, who wouldn't want to be out, going for a jog on the lake in the morning? You take a fishing rod, trawl a couple of lures, and
chuck a net on your back.
Yeah, exactly. I think they'd be quite hot property on the market for fishing.
If we could get them to work, I reckon it's a brilliant idea.
Steve, what do you think?
Boys, I actually went for a run with a mate who's a personal trainer the other day, and he gave me an interesting fact, which is that when you go running, the force going through your foot is 16 times your body weight, which may pose a problem for the shoes.
Yeah.
I was wondering what Hoggs' thoughts were.
Hoggs, thoughts?
You obviously got to change your running style slightly. Can't just push down, but once again, that shouldn't be a problem.
Hang on, Hoggs. You can't sell a running shoe with the instructions to change your running style and ban the move pushing down. I mean, I think running enthusiasts would want to be able to keep the move pushing down.
I'm always one to back you, Horgs, but I feel it's a touch flippant to end that sentence with that shouldn't be a problem. But that's all right. You can.
So would it be more of a shuffle?
No, it's more of when you got the floaties on, it's more of a backwards motion with your foot anyway, I think.
A backwards motion rather than a downwards motion.
Yeah.
Could you take these in the ocean, Hoggs? Like, could you surf? Could you run on a wave?
Oh, that's for the experienced ones. Yeah, they're going to have to be out for quite some time for someone to get that good.
Yeah, you imagine Russell 131060. What do you think?
G'day, fellas. Yeah, so I'm a physicist. Just thought I'd bring some proper science into this. And
cheers, Russell.
Just wanted to point out that the reason that you need to have things like boats float is they displace water, enough water to offset just their weight. So you would need something like a small raft attached to each foot.
But if we put a hull on them, not just inflatable, but if we put a hull on them, Russell, would they displace the water?
If you displace enough, and what I'm saying is you would need like a small canoe on each foot to make it work.
Hoggs?
I'm not sure you'd be able to do that.
To run in them.
But you're just thinking about standing still. What if you're moving the whole time?
Russell, the physicist?
Well, no, that still wouldn't work, Hoggs.
Why, Russell? I mean, just to try and dumb it down for laymen.
Feel free to use science as your answer.
So basically, it's not a question of if you can move fast enough. I mean, if you think about it, if you can skim a rock and it'll bounce a few times, eventually it's going to sink no matter how fast you move it.
No, that's because when you throw something, it will just slow down eventually, but a human body will just keep on going.
Russell?
Are you a perpetual motion machine, Hoggs? Can you run forever at enough pace?
Well, just enough to cross a lake, yeah.
He's got him.
And that is how Jesus did it. I'm not saying I'm going to run around the world on the water. I'm just going to get across the lake, guys.
Horgs, what I think we should do, Horgs, and it's
a prototype for sure.
Yeah, that's what I think we should do is a prototype.
Do a test.
I feel Horgs. And maybe we can help with...
Thanks to Russell, though.
Thank you, Russell.
Gave us, I think, a much-needed scientific insight.
Well, let's do a prototype.
He proved us right, Russell, didn't he?
Well, some people aren't saying that.
I don't know. I think he did have some compelling physics
scientific arguments. But Horgs, what about we make up, and you're not allowed to test it, but we make up a prototype, and it would meet your requirements, and we take you down to a lake, and you can just have a crack at it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we'll put a pause on Horgs Inventions until we've done this when we get back.
Yep, Horgs, let's make up a prototype of the Jesus shoes. Go for a sprint across a lake or a pool.
All right. Well, no, we'll go to the lake. A pool's too easy. I could do that in bare feet.
Horgs, you can't run across a pool.
You're not Jesus. Horgs, I know you think it's a pace thing, but we'll talk to you about that off air, but we will make a prototype of Hamish and Andy.
Thank you.
Hamish and Andy.